Hey there. Alright, in this video we're going to continue on gluconeogenesis, specifically about how we're getting that pyruvate out of the mitochondria. Alright, at this point we have carboxylated our pyruvate via pyruvate carboxylase to turn it into oxaloacetate. Alright, but oxaloacetate cannot actually get out of the mitochondria itself either, so we're kind of stuck in the same spot. So there are three fates that oxaloacetate can go through in order to pass out of the mitochondria. The most simplest one is turning into PEP, or phosphoenol pyruvate, in the mitochondria itself, and we're actually going to have a mitochondrial PepCK to do that. Once you do that, PEP can be shuttled out of the mitochondria. The next simplest step is going to reduce our oxaloacetate into a malate using a mitochondrial malate dehydrogenase. Alright, that's where we're going to add. That's where we're going to use NADH to reduce that oxaloacetate. And once malate goes out of the mitochondria, it's actually going to use a cytoplasmic malate dehydrogenase again to reverse that. So instead of using NADH to reduce the oxaloacetate, we're going to use malate to reduce NAD plus to turn our malate into an oxaloacetate, and then our oxaloacetate can use PepCK to turn into PEP. Alright, so those are the two simplest ones. Now we're going to talk about how oxaloacetate can actually transform into aspartate if we transaminate it. Now, if you looked at my urea cycle videos, you know that we have aminotransferases, or enzymes that can actually move the nitrogen from one amino acid to another. And that's what we're actually going to use here. We're going to use an aspartate aminotransferase. Okay. By that I mean the oxaloacetate is going to go into this aminotransferase. This aminotransferase already has that nitrogen base within it, and it was loaded using a glutamate. So a glutamate came into that aminotransferase and left off its amide. If you want more details on that, go to the urea cycle about PLP. That's where I talked about it. Anyway, so oxaloacetate is going to gain that nitrogen and turn into aspartate. Aspartate can actually leave now. Leave the mitochondria, and then just kind of go through the reverse reaction again. We're going to use another aspartate aminotransferase to turn our aspartate into an oxaloacetate and PepCK. So, kind of straightforward. It's just more things to recognize and actually know for a fact that it's not a simple step of pyruvate carboxylase to phosphoenol pyruvate carboxykinase. There's actually a couple of intermediate steps within that one bypass. All of this was to actually just bypass or go from pyruvate to phosphoenol pyruvate. Alright, in the next video, I don't know what the next video is going to be. We'll find out together.